Hello Stitchy friends, how are you? Welcome to Flosstube number 57. It's Friday the 4th of April and my name is Sally. I am Flossie Sews and Grows here on YouTube and also on Instagram. This is a channel predominantly about cross stitch. Sometimes I'll talk about other stuff now and again. Thank you for joining me. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. It's great to see you. I really hope you enjoy listening to me talk about my stitching, and it'd be great if at the end you could go over and subscribe. If you're a regular visitor, welcome back. Great to see you again. Thank you for all the comments and likes and everything that you do. It's wonderful. It brings me back every couple of weeks to talk to you because I feel the love back from you all. So, what have I been up to? Big pile of stuff next to me here on the ironing board. Yeah, stitching. And first up, let's start with the finish. Here we go. Finish. Well, that's my only finish actually this time round. I tried to get another one in, but failed miserably. Here we go. This is Happy Easter, and this was the February Cotton and Twine box from Historic Sampler Company, and I think you'll agree it's just beautiful. I actually swapped the fabric out on this one, and I've stitched this on a 40 count. As you know, I like smaller counts, so if you buy the kit for this, it comes on Ada, or I think it's 16 count Ada and 32 count linen, while I went for 40 count on this one. I really wanted the little delicateness of it. It's just such a delicate little pattern, and there we go, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Battling with the sun today as usual. It's an absolutely beautiful day in Wales today. Should be outside in the garden, but I'd rather talk to you inside. So really pleased with this. So I've stitched it on 40 count. It's fabric called Mary Sampler from Swan Bay Fabrics, and so I've stitched it with all the call for DMCs which came with the kit, and just absolutely over the moon with how beautifully it's turned out. So with the kit we also got some finishing bits and bobs, so some lovely blue gingham and some rickrack. So I think I will possibly do this as a kind of flat fold finish. I mean, I'm not really doing this very well, am I? That gingham looks lovely with it though, it's perfect, and the rickrack will look great. So I will finish it somehow or another with this gingham, whether I do it on a kind of mount it on a bit of card with the gingham on top as well. I haven't quite decided yet, but something along those lines, I think. So just it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So if you get a Cotton and Twine subscription box, they are monthly. Now the patterns are exclusive for 12 months to subscribers after they've been released. Occasionally, once they've been dispatched, the ladies at Cotton and Twine, the Historical Sampler Company, will have some extras, so they will put those on the website that you can go and buy. And I did check this morning, and there still are some of the boxes for Ada people who would like to buy it in Ada. So that's available. But if you love that as much as I do and you want it, the PDF and the full kits for linen and Ada will be available after 12 months. But if you want to buy it on Ada, there still is the opportunity because there are still some boxes left there. So that was my finish, and it's going in the box of doom. And I have to say thank you so much for all the responses to my last video where I said I might get the box of doom out and go through it, show you everything in there, and set myself a little bit of a challenge to get a few things finished. I'm definitely going to do that. I had hoped I might have time last week and just ran out of time. So I'm hoping that is going to be something I can do it in the next 2 weeks, get it filmed, and then spend a bit of time on getting things finished, and then show you how I've got to. So, new starts. I had one. So, this is also from Historical Sampler Company, and this is their new stitch along called The Secret Garden, and it started on Monday, the 31st of March, and you still can join in with this, so all is not lost. So this is my start. Let's put the board behind it. Now again, I've changed the fabric because, as you know, I like to stitch with one strand, and I mean the fabric is not an awful lot different. Let me show you. So this is the fabric that it came with, and I've just gone a little bit darker. So I've gone for Weeks Dye Work Parchment in 35 count. I just wanted something a little bit smaller count so I could stitch with one strand, and I thought I'm going to go a little bit darker purely because I'm hoping then the colours will pop a little bit more, because the colours are absolutely fantastic. All the threads, just beautiful, beautiful summery colours. Let me put the white board behind these so you can see them. Beautiful colours. But of course, on the called for fabric, if I stitch with one strand, it is a little bit paler, not quite as standing out. And so I thought, with a slightly darker fabric, it would just help pop those colours pop a little bit more, and I think they do. Now, I wanted to get the first section finished to show you today, and I nearly did, but I did these two birds last night, and I counted this one here. I counted correctly up to here, but then I left out a line of stitches in the bird. So I got to the top of the bird and I've gone across to stitch this bird, and I've gone down and I'm a line lower, because of course I've managed to get that, put that bird correct. So I kind of thought last night, oh, do you know what, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to see what the next pattern part of the chart brings. I think it's this side we stitch next. Going to see how much there is of the bird to finish off. I need to have them symmetrical at the end of the day, so whether I rip this one, oh, not rip it out, but pull it out so that it matches this one, neither are correct, basically. So I've got to decide how I'm either going to, I don't really want to pull both of them out. This one won't have to be pulled out completely. Yeah, we'll see. So I'm just going to wait for the next bit of the pattern to come, and then I'm going to decide how I'm going to manage that incorrect counting. Happens to us all. But anyway, but it's beautiful. I've loved stitching the birdhouse and the little bees, and so I had the fabric, floss, and this little needle minder. Mine came in pack like, whoa, just dropped it. Mine came in a pack. There was a gift box, but unfortunately that had sold out very, very quickly. So I've just got the basic kit, but it's beautiful. And that little, I think you'll agree, that little squirrel's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So this is a fabulous one. So the first part was Monday, and it's 5 parts, and they're every 2 weeks. So actually, I mean, that's really achievable. That's not taken me a huge amount of time to stitch that, but I think it's going to be a pretty one. So you can still get, again, I've checked on the website this morning, the full kits are available in both Ada and linen, and you can also get it as the PDF. So, you know, if you wanted to change out your fabric like I have done, it's really easy to get the PDF and choose your own fabric. And they're all I think they're all very much colours that I had already got in my stash, because I think I had a quick look at what they were, and they're all, you know, that you could easily get those colours from stash if you prefer to do the PDF. But it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I was gifted that by the ladies at Historical Sampler Company, so thank you very much. I'm really enjoying it. So what's next? My whips. Well, have been working hard Although not a lot of progress really on this one. So whip number 1, this is the Quacker, and I'm stitching this with the hashtag Quackalong with a gang of friends who I was on a table with at the Big Stitch last year, and a couple of other friends as well have joined. And the Quacker was part of my whip go for March. When I last saw you, I had stitched 4 out of the 5 sessions on it, so I'd made quite a lot of progress in March, and I just had 1 session left. And I'll be honest, probably the things that I dislike stitching the most are trees and leaves, and I've just stitched that. That was my 1 session. I looked at it a lot. I looked at it a lot because I thought, where else can I go and what other colours do I want to use? And I didn't really get anywhere. And I think, yeah, these are kind of, I'm not overly keen on stitching these. I think they look fabulous when they're done, but I just get a bit fed up stitching it. So I tried to make sure I got a couple of threads in, a couple of strands in, and then thought, right, that's my March whip go done. I'm kind of done for now. So this will be back out a week on Sunday for Ducky Day. Ducky Day is the 2nd Sunday of the month, where as many of us who are in the group as possible are trying to make some progress on it. A few of us have set a goal that we will have it stitched for Big Stitch next year, which is June 2026. And for me, I think to do that, to complete it by next June, I think I've figured out that I need to stitch about 850 stitches a month. So let's see if that's achievable. I haven't worked out how many I stitched in March, actually. I've only just, so I had my mum bought me a tablet for, well, it was my birthday really, and I got it just before Christmas, and I did manage to put this one in to, I can't remember if I've got it in Pattern Keeper or in Markup. I use both for various different reasons of learning, trying to still learn. So yes, this one I think I've put in Markup so that I can see my progress. I haven't figured out though how many stitches I've done in March. I need to kind of get a little bit organised so that I can plan it a little bit better. So it's come up in whip go once now this year, and I will get another whip go at some point else in the year. And then also I've got my Ducky Day of at least 1 Sunday every month. But I think, you know, there will be some Sundays where I'm stitching something I really, really love, and it will possibly carry on for a couple of days following. So I think it should start making some good progress, I would say. So that is the Quacker. Next up, now I wasn't actually going to stitch on this month. This is Coffee and Eggs by the Artsy Housewife, and I started this last year with my friend Lisa. I think we had a hashtag of We Love Coffee and Eggs, and I think it was Valentine's Day last year we started it actually, so it's well overdue, needing to be finished. I wasn't going to stitch on it because I'd had a good stitch on it the month before, but actually some friends said, oh, let's have an impromptu Zoom call tonight, and I thought, oh, I want to jump onto that. Hadn't seen them for a couple of weeks, and I just looked at my projects and I thought, what am I going to stitch on? And so much of what I'm stitching on at the moment is 40 count or quite tight 36 count, and I need my really good light, so I need to either stitch in here, normally stitch in here actually, but when I zoom I go into my work office in the room opposite, and because it's got a better computer, big screen, much better for zooming, but I haven't really got the stitchy setup in there quite as the same. I've got a decent light in there, but not the magnification. So I kind of quickly had to come up with something, but I knew also I had some good fill-in on, and I'll pop a picture of where it was last time you saw it, because I have made quite a bit of progress on it actually, because after the Zoom call I then have stitched on it for a couple of evenings. But as you can see, I've got quite a bit of the chicken done. That's kind of been my aim, and started on that coffee cup and filled in. I think I've done a couple of flowers, maybe a couple of them were done and a couple more there to be done. So, you know, it's looking it's looking like it's not too far off actually being completed. There's still, I mean, there's still quite a bit of the chicken to do. That's quite a bit of stitching. And there is also, I've got a really annoying crease there. There is also quite a big vase down here. Now I think that vase is white actually, but I might think about changing the colour on that. Might do it in something different just to, yeah, not sure what yet, but yeah. So making, there's something that's shining there, isn't there, when I'm showing. Let's just take that off. Look at it, it's beautiful. I think my mum bought me this a long time ago. Little hedgehog with a pin. This is a stitch in time saves 9. Isn't that gorgeous? I had a thing about hedgehogs when I was younger. That's better, isn't it? It's not there shining through now. So, you know, it could be a finish. It could be in the box of doom before too long. And stitching it. So I'm also stitching this on 36 count Weeks Dye Works parchment. So it's old Weeks actually. It's not the Zweigart base one now. So it is a little bit, you know, being 35 count, it's a little bit loose, but it's easy to see. It's easy to see, so I don't need my magnifying glass. I can stitch on it downstairs in the evening, so that's another one that comes downstairs with me. Stitching it on my own kind of Roxy Flossco conversion with a few DMCs thrown in. But just, yeah, love it. And who did I see? Somebody started it. Oh, I was watching somebody's Flosstube and they have started it. Oh, they got their husband on as well to chat about it, and they've stitched it in. Oh, who is it? Oh, is it Michelle Burt, I think? So so she's stitching it in quite different colours. So it was fantastic. That was, and then her husband came on, and she showed it to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, they're really great colours. They're really good colours." So yeah, quite different. I really liked the kind of red and mustard colour. I felt it was quite a retro. You know, the dress is quite kind of retro with the coffee pot, and yeah, I liked that. So I stuck with the colours. I stuck with the colours there. So next whip. This is one I'm stitching for the hashtag Best of British Sal, and this is Spring on Lock Lane from the Old Barn Stitch Company. I bought this last year at the Big Stitch after seeing the model. Absolutely beautiful. Fell in love with it, and I'll show you a picture of where it was last time. I was getting a bit stuck into that house, and I think I needed to make some progress away from the house, which I have. So as you can see, I've stitched all this grass here and up here. I think maybe I stitched one of those, now stitched the other, and then started to make. So again, this was quite tricky. I ended up having to pull out quite a lot of that because there was one bit where these kind of triangles are. There was one stitch at the end, one stitch at the end, and then I'd done one stitch on the next one at the end, and there were actually 2. It was the one in the middle, and it was a bit bigger. So but gorgeous, really enjoying it. I'm stitching this on, it's on a piece of Zweigart. I think it is light mocha, and I'm pretty sure, sorry if you can hear my stomach rumbling, it's either 36 or 40 count, possibly 40, because I am finding it easier stitching it with my light. But it's beautiful, and just loving the variegation. So these 2 threads here, this is elderberry cottage garden threads, and this one, what's it called? It's a cottage garden threads as well, vintage rose. So those are there's more called for cottage garden threads in there. However, these are the only 2 I've got. It's a classic colour works bejeweled. Just love that colour. That's the colour of the house. Absolutely beautiful. And then I've substituted everything else with DMC, just because good. So this is it's a beautiful stitch. And did I say Keely's doing this one with me? So Keely, who is Cakes and Stitches, is stitching this along with me as well. Keely has, I think maybe a week ago, did a new Flosstube, and lovely to see her progress, lovely to see her projects. If you haven't watched Keely, do go and have a watch. Another British cross stitcher. So she's Cakes and Stitches. So that is Spring on Lock Lane. And then only one more whip. And only one more because I've done quite a lot on this one. And I have not been able to put it down. I think I had I just started this, I just put a couple of stitches in, I think, the last time I saw you. So I hadn't done an awful lot, but this is this Robin's Spring from Robin Pickens. It's a seasonal courier. Oh, I love it. I really struggled to put it down because it's just beautiful. Here we go. You can see I've made an awful lot of progress. Here we are. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. And I know that I chatted to Claire from Love Poppet about this one because she had it as well. So I did say to her, should we start it together? And she said yes, but I know that she was then at a big stitch. What was it called? Was it? Oh, can't remember, but it was at Alexander Palace, I think, in London, and it's a big stitching event, and it had been a very, very busy weekend for her, and I think I suggested we started it on the first day of spring, which was just after the weekend had finished. So I'm not sure if she has or not, because she might have been absolutely exhausted. But beautiful. And let me tell you what the fabric is on this. So it's a West Green Loft Yarn Company one, and it's called Cookie Dough, and it's from the December from the monthly club. So it's a beautiful kind of pinky peachy colour, and I'm stitching it all with pretty much the called for DMCs. I think the only one I've had to substitute was that yellow. It's a slightly different yellow, but I didn't have it. Well, but I had another yellow, so I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a beautiful, beautiful chart. Lovely, lovely. I've got a feeling I probably will try and get this one finished in April. I'm really keen. So I've started April with 24 whips. And that's okay, you know, that's not too many. It's not causing me any stress at all. However, I don't really want to be starting anything new until I finished things. So I'm kind of in a little bit of I want to get things finished now because I want to start new things. And I've got so much. I've got so many charts. I've got so many I want to start, and I could. You know, there's nothing stopping me from just starting them all, but then I want to get finishes as well. So I think, you know, really trying to make an effort to get some of the big things finished. So yeah, only 23 minutes in and I've done all my whips already. Yeah, so Whip Go, it's been great this year to be taking part in Whip Go, because I have been able to put some of those big projects on it, and actually it does make me pick them up, and it does kind of give me a bit of a rotation and a bit of a plan to try and get things in. So I think the Whip Go numbers for this month were called, they number 10 and number 24, can't quite remember, but my Whip Goes then are Americana Blue, which is already the second time it's come up. This, I think, was up in January. So let's just see how far we've got with this. Here we are. That's what it's looking like. I think the last time I showed it to you, I told you I'd kind of got to the end and I don't think I've got enough space. So I think I probably will concentrate on trying to work down this side, and yeah, just see what happens when I get over to that other side. I've kind of got a plan of how I can adapt it slightly if I need to. So I'm looking forward to picking this one up. I think this will be one that will be quite easy to stitch on Zoom calls or downstairs, because I think it's a 36, it's named as a 36 count fabric, but when I had that issue that I've come to the end after doing very careful measuring that it was going to be big enough for the chart, once I've then counted, I think it's more of a 35 count, but it's great. As long as I can kind of fudge it to fit it all on, that will be okay. So happy, glad, yeah, to be picking that up again this month. And then, oh, I'm so excited about this one. This is in a beautiful bag from Pauline at Sobe Bags. Typical trademark lace from Pauline in the middle there. And I bought this last year. It's a Teresa Kogut fabric. And I saw it on one of Pauline's Friday night sales and just thought, I have to buy that because it's brilliant for a spring pattern. So in here is my second one for Whip Go, and it's Spring Quaker by Lila's Studio. Now this is a brilliant one for April. I'd already planned that I would stitch this in April because I started it in April last year, and I started it on my friend Alex's birthday last year. It was her birthday start. Now this year she's decided to start Quaker House, I believe, by Kathy Barrick. Now I'm trying not to buy anything new, and it's a beautiful chart and it's very big, and I thought, no, I'm not going to buy it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up this Spring Quaker and I will stitch this on Alex's birthday. So this is how far I'd got to last time you saw it, and I haven't stitched on this for probably a good 6 months actually. So this is how far I've got. I'm stitching it on a 36 count Blutiful by Fabrics by Crafty Kate, and I'm just really excited. It's perfect timing that it's come up in Whip Go to get some sessions in on it. So with my Whip Go, when a number comes up, I always plan that I will stitch on something 5 times in a month. That can be for, you know, I do try and save Whip Go things to do at the weekend when I've got a little bit more time. But like with the Quacker, I've had enough of it now, but I'd done enough, and I didn't spend a huge amount of time on the last session. Probably had half an hour on it. Not a huge amount of time. A lot of time just sitting looking at it actually, which is still really enjoyable. But it'll be really great to get 5 sessions in on this one, and certainly one of them will be done on Alex's birthday to celebrate her birthday. So it'll be absolutely wonderful. So Alex started this, and also Caroline at Caroline Stitch Corner started this with her as well. And actually Caroline made lots of progress on it. She had some time where she was really able to concentrate on it, and I think we did a Zoom not long ago where she actually had it out and she was stitching on it. So yeah, really happy to be picking this one up. Although I think I might have to go back to the Flosstube where I talked about this and I talked about the colours, because I can't remember. I know that I've got my colours. I know I've got old purple paint, and I've got 2 blue DMCs to stitch the Quakers and maybe the alphabet in, but I can't quite remember what I planned. So I picked it up and I thought, oh, what did I plan to do with those blues and the Quakers and the old purple paint? What did I plan to do? So I might just have to go and find the Flosstube where I talked to you about it and go and watch that. So I'm excited to be doing this one in April. I'm just thinking I might actually stitch on this today after we've finished. So yeah, yes, because if you can remember, a lot of the Quakers on this are brown, and I thought, I don't really like that. And I'd seen somebody stitch it on a blue fabric with blue Quakers, and I thought it was fabulous. Might have to go and have a look at that actually. I know I've saved that picture somewhere to give me some inspiration, so I might just go and have to have a look and see how they've done it. Yeah, but so excited to pick that one up. Can't wait. And it's one thing that Caroline does, so from Caroline Stitch Corner, she always stitches on something on its anniversary. So she started on it on 14th of February, for example, and she still hasn't finished it by the following 14th of February, she will then stitch on it again. So that's just absolutely perfect that I'm going to do that on Alex's birthday, which would be the day I started it last April. So there we go. So those are, what other plans have I got? Yes, well, I've talked about the box of doom. I'm going to do that. And actually I need to do it quite quickly because if you can remember, I don't know if I've told you this or if this is just a conversation that's happened on Instagram, but my Stacey Nash needle gingerbread house, one of my friends, Lindsay, who is the Cheshire Stitcher, she challenged me that to fully finish that by the next time I saw her. And I suddenly realised I was watching her Flosstube a couple of days ago, and I thought, oh, I'm going to see Lindsay at the next Cheshire Stitchers meeting. I didn't think I was going to it because I thought that I thought there was a football match on that I was going to go to with my other half, and they swapped the days of it, so actually I can go to Cheshire Stitchers. So I was thinking I had until May to do it, to show it to Lindsay, because that'd be the next time I see her. And then suddenly I realised it's next weekend. So I need to film the Box of Doom video before I start that. So it's still in the Box of Doom. And then I need to finish it. I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't think I'll probably get time. But yeah, Lindsay will probably tell me off. But there we go. Whoops. Ho-hum. It doesn't matter. So, so I did get a little bit of stash. So I am trying very, very hard not to buy very much this year. However, a lovely friend, and you know who you are, and I have thanked you already. I thanked you at the time because it came last year, sent me a gift voucher from 123 Stitch. And I'd been saving it. I thought I'm going to wait until there's something that I really, really want. I'm not just going to, just go, right, well, I spend it willy-nilly. I'm going to wait. And actually, kind of as market was happening, I'd been very good. I'd not done any pre-orders for market at all. I thought, no, I'm going to hang on. And then suddenly I saw something. I thought, I really like that. That is so pretty. And I remembered that I'd got my gift voucher. So I thought, right, that's what I'm going to use my voucher for. My hair's gone really fluffy. I've only just washed it because I've been to the gym this morning, and it's just, yeah, sorry, it's fluffy. So I'm playing with it, which I hope isn't too annoying to you. I'm annoying myself. Believe me, I am. So the one that I really, really loved that I had to get was the Tiny Modernist. What is it? Twilight Moon. I think this is beautiful. And actually, I ordered the threads as well. So this is part of the Night Garden Cross Stitch the Rainbow chart. One of the charts. So for Nashville, Threadworks come up with a palette of colours. So I think there's 4 threads this year, and a selection of designers will go take those colours and design something. And I just loved it. And I did order the threads as well, but unfortunately they haven't come. They're on back order. And I checked on 123 Stitch last night, and it was giving an estimated back in stock date of the 21st of April. But anyway, if it doesn't happen, if they don't come, I actually realised I have got some Cottage Garden threads colours that I could substitute. So I'm quite okay to do that if I need to. But I couldn't resist getting that one. And then I was watching Teresa Vanette, who is Shakespeare's peddler, and she showed this one, and I just fell in love with that. So it's called Joy, and it's actually a Nashville exclusive. And I just thought it's so pretty. I went and added that into my basket as well and got that. Now I'm just debating. It does have 3 of the threads are from Classic Colour Works. Oh no, Gentle Arts, which were Nashville exclusives. And I've just looked at one of the UK shops and they're sold out. She's put DMC equivalent, so I might just use DMC, but I think it will depend on actually the fabric that I choose for that one as well. I'm sure I've got a Swan Bay fabric that will look absolutely beautiful on. So I might just pick the floss depending on what my fabric is. I'm not, I can live with that. And then the other thing, I have always seen people buying these, and I just thought, want to give it a go. So I also bought the cookbook, and there are quite a number of little stitches in here that I thought are going to be perfect for doing little gifts and little things. And the one that I'd seen this on Primrose Cottage, on their weekly catch up that they do, and I think Lindsay had shown this, that she'd stitched it, and it's that little one there, and I really liked that, and I thought, oh, that's very pretty. So I just, on a whim, I bought this, and there are some lovely little charts in it. Haven't really looked at the recipes yet. Quite often it can be a little bit frustrating sometimes with American recipes, because occasionally there'll be things like let me just find an example. Things to add in that we can't get over here. There's a few, there was the two that I looked at that I thought, oh, well, we can't get that here. And can I find an alternative? Oh, I can't find anything now. Typically. So yeah, I need to have a look through. I'm sure there'll be some beautiful recipes in here. Yeah. Oh, there you go. So there's a cornbread salad, and there was one box of Jiffy cornbread mix. Now I don't know if we get cornbread mix over here. And a Hidden Valley ranch dressing mix. Now we can get ranch dressing over here, but I don't think it's a patch on what you can get in America. So yeah. Oh, Lipton onion soup mix. Some interesting things. So yeah, sorry, I'm getting a bit caught up with reading the cookbook. I'd forgotten you were there. Goodness gracious me. So anyway, yes, I'm looking forward to finding some little stitches in there that I can do for friends' birthdays or for the fronts of cards and things like that. So talking about cards, I had a beautiful card this week. Absolutely gorgeous flowers, and this is from Liz, and Liz won the Cotton and Twine box last time, and got it out to her quite quickly, and before an even blink of an eye, a beautiful project bag came flying back from Liz to say thank you. So because she'd won the box and she was thrilled with it, so it's beautiful. And as you can see, I've already put my Blackbird Design strawberry fields in there, because look at those strawberries. Isn't it just beautiful? So thank you, Liz. You didn't have to, but I was absolutely thrilled with it. And a girl always needs more project bags, doesn't she? So yeah, absolutely over the moon with that. Thank you. So my other plans, I have to make a decision. I picked up this one this morning and thought I really would like to get going on this one again. So if you can remember, I stitched Steampunk Penelope last year, and I fitted her on a reasonably good size of fabric. There she is. Can you remember her? And I left that big bit there that I could stitch Steampunk Percival next to her. So there are the two charts. So my question to you is, the thing that I need a little bit of a hand on deciding is, do I stitch him slap bang next to her, so that when I then come to frame them, I have to frame them together, or shall I stitch them separately and then they can go next to each other? So there's plenty of room. So what I basically do here is start kind of here, and then it'd leave me with quite a decent gap, or I start in this side, right? If I want to start it that I put them together, I'll start right here with the border, but if not, I'll start on the other side. So what do you think? Do I stitch them? I mean, these are beautiful. Look at they're in matching frames. So do I stitch them separately, or Do I stitch them together and then I frame them in one big frame? Let me know below what you think I should do, because I can't make up my mind. I cannot make up my mind. I'm indecisive. I'm a Libra, and we scales can't make decisions. So your help would be much appreciated on that one. And this lives in a beautiful bag from I bought it at the Chatelaine Retreat from, so it's a Bee Crafty bag, and it's gorgeous. Lovely Halloweeny spiders on it. It goes really well. So there's that. And then my other plans as well will be the April Cotton and Twine box is about to land with me. Had an email today from the lovely ladies to say they're just posting it out and it should be with me in a day or two, which I'm very excited about. So the April box this year is part of the month of the year series, and it's going to be for June. I'll put some pictures up here while I'm chatting about it. It's a beehive with bees and flowers in beautiful lavenders, yellows and greens on a white fabric. And it comes with a 6-inch white wooden frame to finish it in, which is absolutely brilliant. I think it's the 5th month that they've done. So I only started doing the boxes in January. I think last year they have done 4 other boxes for other months. I think they've already done February, I think they've already done August, and 2 others, but I can't remember off the top of my head what they were. So that will be one I think I will stitch, and I will wait when I get it just to have a look at how big it's a 6-inch frame, just to have a look whether I use the linen that comes with it or whether I go for something different. We'll see, but really looking forward to that one. It comes with a beautiful bee ornament and I think something chocolatey with some honeycomb as well, which yum. I love a crunchy. Thank Crunchy it's Friday. My favourite chocolate bars, Crunchy and Bounties. Coconut and honeycomb, definitely. So if you would like to subscribe to the April box this month, you can do so by the 25th of April. That's the closing date. As always, Ada kits or Ada boxes, they are £20 and linen are £22 plus postage to wherever you may be in the world. That obviously varies. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. I think that's going to be a beautiful box. I've really enjoyed stitching the Cotton and Twine things this year. That Easter one was lovely. It was a joy to stitch, and the Secret Garden Sal, I'm really enjoying that one as well. Really enjoying it. So really fabulous to be working with Historical Sampler Company on those. So what else has been going on? Oh, I've been watching a reasonable amount of Flosstube. I watched Hathaway Stitches yesterday. So Erin and Amity, they'd been away for 3 months. 3 months. So lots to show us. So it was lovely to see them again. I think they did a whip parade actually. They had done a whip parade, and had they done it in 1 or 2 parts? So we'd seen a whip parade, but we hadn't actually seen a Flosstube for 3 months. So it was great to see them. Shell from Cheesecake and Cross Stitch is a lovely friend of mine. If you haven't watched Shell yet, you should go and watch her. She's just so lovely. She also stitches quite a lot of the Cotton and Twine Historical Sampler Company stitches, and it's wonderful to see Shell's progress. So I sat on a table with Shell last year at Big Stitch and also at Stitch in London, and yeah, it's been fabulous to see her kind of she's moved from Ada to linen, and then at Stitch in London she started something on 32 count linen, and she wasn't overly happy with it, and I think persuaded her to try a higher count, and she did, and she loved it. And it's just wonderful to see her progress as a stitcher, and her eyes opening to different things that you can stitch on and different fabrics, and it's been wonderful. So she's a lovely floss tuber to watch. A new floss tuber to me is Sarah from Penelope's Pocket. Now I think Sarah makes project bags, so probably a lot of you already know Penelope's Pocket, but I think she's done 3 floss tubes now, and it's been really lovely to see. the variety of different crafts that she does as well. She makes some clothes. She had a fantastic jacket on the last one that she'd made. She knits, and it's just wonderful and creative, and go and have a watch. Oh, and then I saw this morning, I think I'm going to watch it this afternoon once I've edited this, was Karen the Stitching Owl, lovely friend of mine over in Canada, and she's done a Flosstube extra I saw this morning on beading. And I've never been a particularly, well, I'm not a confident beader, maybe because I'm not entirely sure what I should be. I mean, it's not rocket science, is it? But yeah, I'm never really sure quite what I should be doing. So yeah, it feels like a bit of a naughty admission, that, but yeah, I'm sure it's not difficult, but I've never really done it. So yeah, so I'm going to go and watch that and see if Karen gives me some hints and tips on how I should be beading. That might be really useful. I put beads on stuff before, but I don't know if I'm doing it right. Anyway, it'd be good to watch that one. Yeah, so there we go. That's me for these last 2 weeks, and yeah, looking forward to getting that spring Quaker. I might just stitch on that now. It's beautiful outside. I really should go out maybe in the garden. I've already had a wander around the garden this morning with my other half. He's planted all the peas, lots of broad beans. He's done some salads, done some leeks, done some onions, but I don't think we've seen those come up yet. So every morning he goes out and inspects, and every afternoon when he gets home from school he goes out and inspects. So yeah, so we've had a little wander around the greenhouse this morning and outside to see what's been happening. And of course, at the moment our garden is looking a bit of a state still after having the chickens, and as you know, we no longer have any chickens, so we need to get the garden looking a bit nicer. And he's talking about laying a new patio and making it all look a bit nicer. That we actually want to spend some time out there. I think last summer it kind of got into a bit of a state with the chickens. It could be a bit muddy, and if it rained it was horrible and slippy. So we didn't really spend much time out there last year, and actually it wasn't a particularly nice summer either. The weather was rubbish, but hopefully this summer it's already beautiful. I think they've said today's going to be the hottest day of the year so far, and I reckon it's probably about 20 degrees Celsius out there, if not warmer, but it's beautiful. But there we go. So it's been lovely to sit and chat to you. I really hope that you're all well, and yeah, the world's a funny place at the moment, isn't it? Just hope that whatever's going on where you are, you're happy and safe, and yeah, one day the madness will be over, we hope. Anyway, take care, happy stitching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.